Hello, Bill. This is Jeff, the garage guy. I appreciate you sending me those drawings over yesterday. I actually think I need to come back out and measure some stuff. The drawings give me a rough idea, but I really need to know things like heights of the windows, heights of stem walls, just stuff like that. I probably should have went ahead and measured and took some pictures. But anyway, I appreciate you sending those. They'll definitely get me started in thinking here. What I did was I went on the internet and just found some of my work and some of my designs and some of my files. So I just want to show you all the stuff I'm about to show you is either a design, a proposal, hopefully future work, or it's a design of work I've already done, and some are pictures of work that I've done. All of it is stuff that I've done. Alright, so what we're looking at here is what I want to appear to be a blue metal cabinet system, but the difference is it's not really metal. The size and capacities of these cabinets far exceed generally what you can buy for a reasonable price, or actually buy it all in metal, because they just don't make cabinets this size. So this design here, he had a big soffit overhead, so I had to design, underneath that soffit. But I did, large cabinets here, and in the three sides I divided it into two large countertops. Stainless steel, of course, that's the only way to go for you. You're going to want to do stainless steel, and I'd be happy to do that. You can see the extruded handles in this plan. They're aluminum. They really kind of dress the thing up too and give it that snap-on toolbox look. So that's a pretty neat design. I hope to be doing this one within the next year. Let's take a look at the next drawing here. Alright, you've seen this picture before. I want to show it to you from a different angle. These are pretty typical melamine cabinets, with the difference that I've added the extruded handles in here, and I did a really neat architectural design with this black base that's actually curved from the cabinets over, and over top you can see the curve follows the whole length of the garage. The garage is about 40 feet wide, so I made a 40-foot long curve that went from side to side. It's kind of hard to gather in a picture. Sometimes it looks like a fisheye lens was used, but it's really neat in person. Alright, this here, just another design. Again, it uses my base system. The difference between me and any other garage cabinet company that I know of, I build these bases. I've kind of developed these over the years myself. If I was to take the bottom piece of trim off of this little gray piece of trim, you would see that there's actually a space between the wood and the concrete. These cabinets are up on a base system that's extremely structurally strong, and it's up on levelers, at least a ½ inch off the ground, varies according to the slope of the floor. So all of your wood is up off the concrete, up on levelers, and then I close the gap completely with this trim at the bottom. Best of both worlds. You could stick 1,000 pounds on the bottom of this cabinet. It wouldn't matter, because this base underneath it can handle that load. So it's kind of interesting the way I do that. As you can see, I like to do some designs, some accent designs on a lot of my larger jobs. Technically these are some of the same materials some of these other closet cabinet type places use, but I like to think that I use them in a better way. Really make something look extravagant, exciting, and bold. You can also kind of see in this picture I was talking about the gray I would use on the edge banding. If I didn't have extruded handles, you'd see the gray around the entire door, but you can see the boldness between the cabinets because of this gray accent. Brings me back to this one real quick. This is kind of toolbox style. It wasn't inspired by like those Moduline cabinets, so I didn't even think to put the aluminum around the outside of the cabinet, but I can do that. That's not a problem. If that's something you feel real strong about, we can do that in the design, no problem. One of the cool things about the drawers, when I build the drawers, we have dividers. These are removable dividers. One thing that makes these dividers really cool is that I put the dado in the side of the box and in the bottom of the box. It's kind of hard to tell in this picture, but you don't get that compromised divider like you would with a cheap plastic bin that comes with those dividers, when your screws slip underneath the divider and then it's a big mess and you practically have to pull the divider out in order to reorganize everything. This minimizes that risk by putting the dado in the bottom of the drawer too. You can actually see the bottom of the drawer in this picture right underneath the drawer glide. You can see that dado there. So these drawers are extremely strong by nature. They have to be all 3/4 thick in order for this design to work. This is a unique design to me as well, and most people love this design. This is made out of MDF core melamine, so if you were really going to get grease on your hands and go ahead and touch all this stuff, the grease would kind of stick or absorb in the side here. We can work our way around that if you really think it's going to be an issue. I can come up with an alternative material to build your drawers out of. We could even use a plastic. There's a really nice plastics out there that I could build that are quite structural. This could literally be 3/4 inch plastic with 1/4 inch plastic dividers. I'm calling it plastic. It has a fancier name. It's really neat, impervious stuff. Here's one I did probably 5 or 6 years ago. This is a really neat job. It's this shelving system. He wanted shelves. I designed this for him. A lot of design work, big process. It's really neat. It's 60 feet long. So you got this top, it's curved, and it goes underneath and curves its way back up, and then I had to communicate with this curve here. Here is the symbol, the IOOF, International Order of Odd Fellows symbol. You can't see it too well in this picture, but it's a carved out eyeball. It's really neat. That's because the building this is in Lebanon was originally the IOOF building back in the day. A couple features about this: the LED lights. There's LED lights everywhere. You can see them quite obviously in the top or the bottom side of the top arch. But underneath each one of these shelves is LED lights too. The neat thing about this job is that these shelves are actually adjustable. I used this metal slat wall, which was pretty neat, and I created shelf brackets basically out of shelf brackets. So they turned into giant shelf pins, if you will. And these shelves are adjustable completely top to bottom. And there's a little magnet. You take the wire for your LED lights and plop, it sticks right to the magnet on the rear rail, and the shelf lights up no matter where you adjust it. So pretty neat stuff there. Yeah, big job. I'm really cool. Proud of that one. Pretty unique. I don't know if I'll ever get to do something quite like this again, but hopefully I will someday. Alright, here's a design that I did. I ended up getting this job, but due to cost, we ended up doing it in white cabinets. You'll see that picture in a minute. And we reduced some of the sizes. But I did find a blue high gloss laminate, just like for the design up above, with extruded handles, and we did stainless accents on top and bottom. We ended up really doing stainless accents, but we just went to white cabinets to save some money in the overall job. But he fell in love with the design. It was incredible. It just was, you know, $10,000 or $12,000 more than he wanted to spend. Here's that same design, maybe a slightly different view, same garage, gloss orange, pretty neat. Down here we got gloss yellow, pretty awesome. Here's what he ended up doing. It's kind of a bad picture of the floor. This floor actually did turn out really nice. It has the white and silver checker race deck. It's really neat. You see how it gets a little confusing towards the bottom right. Your eyes having a hard time picking up what's what. But in person, you can really see it's more. It looks a lot more like the top or the left side of the picture where you can see the design. So this is one of those cases where I like, you know, the 2x2 checker pattern. It turned out really neat. And we did, like I said, go with the stainless steel accents on top of the cabinets and on the bottom of the cabinets. And if you wanted to, in your case, we could do it in between the cabinets, which would give it that inset door look. So that was a pretty neat job. He's going to be working on his cars in here. So we have stainless steel counters going around here. We have a part bin to clean car parts, I believe, over on the right. Sink built into the system, keep your hands clean and all that. And then with the toolboxes or the drawer cabinets, I did do them more of a snap-on style. So he has 7 drawers in the unit. You can see that on the bottom left. So he has the benefit of all the dividers, but we added more drawers so we could stick a lot more mechanical tools in there. A lot of these things I really don't necessarily think pertain to what you're interested in, but there's some aspects to them that you might find pretty cool. This garage here, it shows the back wall completely covered in store wall, which obviously has a benefit of hanging things, but it also has a really cool architectural feel to it. She went with more of an earth tone kind of kitchen style cabinet. I made her some designs that I thought were incredible, but they were a little too bold for her Oops, sorry about that. Alright, one of the neat things about this garage here is this cabinet over on the right. It's a rolling buffet table, I guess you could call it. Go ahead and open the doors and you got, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 tables you pull out. Bam, you just set up a big party. So that was a pretty neat table. I wanted to show that off. Here's another design. Not much to say about it. I think it's cool. This blue lady's 5'6", so you can see how big the cabinet system is there. Alright, I grabbed this picture. It's kind of this bar I built. It's kind of half done. I just wanted to show, I really do like to build and design cool stuff. This is just a bar. He was looking for cabinets above, cabinets below. I kind of evolved that into this wedge-shaped, keystone-shaped thing here. Turned out really neat. LEDs are really cool these days. Obviously, you can do those to accent light if you want to get fancy out there and kind of make it look sweet as well as function good. Here's a job I did last year for a firefighter who has an incredible collection of lights. And this is during the job, so it's kind of messy. But you can see here we did the aluminum extruded handles. We painted those red. We threw in some diamond plate. Kind of like I said before, yeah, we got some of the similar materials that some of these other closet companies use, but I take them to an extreme and just make them look incredible. Here's a quick peek into your neighbor's garage over there. This was during construction, so it's not done. But you can see that I use my white cabinets that I like to use a lot. With the gray accents, I also like to do that quite a bit. And you get kind of a sneak peek of the color scheme here, where you got your grays and your store wall. And I like to do a little, I notice you have some of the store wall in the garden area in your detached garage. I like to accent that with some trim on top and bottom. It looks really neat. And on that subject, you can see that accent trim here in this picture. I love to do a pinstripe around the entire garage. I don't like when things are all crammed together. You get more for your money when you spread it out. It creates a really cool architectural feel, look to the garage. And if you're going to have stuff to hang, but if you hang it and you space it out nice and even, it looks great. This garage here also shows very nicely the way the accent trim looks, and we can do some pretty cool stuff with the store wall. You can catch a glimpse of it over on the left on this picture. I really like to do neat accents in a garage like this. It really makes it stand out and pop. So anyway, I'm also going to attach this as a PDF in case you want to take your time and look through it or print it out for some reason. I'd like to hear back from you because I need to get back over to your house. So just give me an email response or a telephone call. I need to get over and take some more measurements before I can really get started on the design. Thanks, Bill. Talk to you soon.